Hi guys, we're on the homeward stretch. I've taken that knobble off the horn there, the antler. It was just in the way, so I've just taken it off and cleaned it up. I've generally cleaned the horn up, and I've even polished the end here. I was going to try and engrave something in there, but I don't think I'm up to it, so I think I'm just going to leave it polished. It's rather nice, polished up. And I've sort of cleaned the rest of it up because it was pretty filthy, and it feels nice. So we've got to drill it for the tang, which I've cut down. It was about another 1.5 inches long, and I've put the radiuses a bit deeper in there, and I've also cut a piece off this brass, which I'm going to go over to the drill press and drill, and then we'll take it over to the little mill and mill a slot in it. So let's go and do that. I've got it up in the vise, little hand vise. I've put a centre dot, and I'm actually putting a drill through that is slightly smaller than the mill I'm going to use, but it's something to start it with. Actually, I think this drill's pretty blunt. Seems to be struggling a bit. Either that or it's a pretty hard bit of brass. But we'll get there. Right, I've got that through. You can see I've got it marked out roughly where I want it. So let's get it up in the mill. I've got it set up here. I haven't changed the speed on this. It should be a lot faster really, but it's such a fag to change the belts, and you've got to undo nuts and bolts and all sorts, so I tend to leave it set at a sort of medium speed for doing various things. So it's going to take a little bit longer than it probably should, but there you go. Just winding it through very slowly. I say this is a bit of hard brass actually. I don't know what it is. I just got it up the scrapyard, so it could be anything. But it's pretty tough. It's squealing a bit, and normally brass is fairly well self-lubricating. It's I suppose I could have put some grease on it, but hey, we're nearly there. However long it takes, it's damn sight quicker than drilling and filing. Enough of that to do. So there, that's just about it I think. Down to my marks. Let's have a little look. Yeah, that's okay. Nice little slot. So now we've got filer out. I've got various files. This one's got no cut on the sides, so I'm just working on the width at the moment. I'm going to keep trying this. I want this to be a real tight, nice, snug fit, so I'm doing a small bit at a time, really taking my time with this. I really don't want it sloppy, so file a bit, try it. And I've got this very tiny square file just to get in the corners. Just take out the little radiuses in there. Now that's coming, that's very close. So anyway, I'll carry on and I'll come back show you what the fit is once I've got it just about there. Right, now that's on. It's a nice tight fit. No slop in that at all. As you can see, it won't go up because it's caught on the radiuses. It's just a little nads too tight on the radiuses, so I'm going to have to take that off and just relieve the corner. Got a nice coarse square file here. I'm just going to rock it about in here just to clean that out, so that will sit nice and tight up against those radiuses. That's the bench moving, not the camera. The bench is a bit rocky. There you go, you can just see it's a nice little radius there, which hopefully will fit tight and against the other one. Right, let's give it a go. Now look at that. That's beautiful. I don't know if this will focus properly, but I'm really pleased with that. That's tight as. There's hardly any gap there at all. And by the time that's silver soldered, you'll never know. I'm pleased with that. That's a real nice tight fit. At the back as well. That's good. So I've got to shape the finger guard. Not quite sure how tight to leave it to the antler, whether to bring it right close or not, but I'll play about with that a bit later on. So now we're going to drill the antler, the bit I haven't been looking forward to. Got my little DeSuter with a, I think it's about just over 532, it's probably not quite 3/16 drill. And I'm just eyeballing it to try and get it to go in the angle I want. And it's straight down the middle and almost parallel with the top of the antler. It's difficult to describe, it's going in quite easy, it's a bit like a bit of softwood. It's not all that hard. It is hard, but it's not as hard as I expected. So now I'm going to stick one in the bottom. Again, eyeballing it, get it straight as I can. Try and run it as parallel to the other one as possible. It was clogging up a bit, getting a bit warm. And that is quite a short drill, and it's just about long enough for the tang. And one up the middle. Right, that's not bad. I'm pleased with that. That went a bit better than I anticipated. So let's have a quick look. There we go. You can see I've marked out the top and bottom where I want it to come. So now I've just got to put a slightly bigger drill in and join them up. Now I've got a longer drill here, so I'll put a mark on it as to where I want it to go. And this is the next size up. This is, well, I'm not sure what size it is to be honest, but it's under 5mm. The blade is 5mm thick. And so I want to start the hole off. You can see all I've done is just easing it between the three holes. Clean it all out. And so it's just under 5mm, so that it gives me enough meat to play with the file. Because again, I don't want it too tight, but I want enough room for the epoxy. See, that's come up fairly well. So now I'm going to stick it in the vise again and file it. Right, I've got an old file here. It's fairly coarse. It's got teeth on all sides, so it should get in the corners, square the corners off. I'm just going to do quite a bit with this, and then try it. And again, we're about right for the width, but the height wants to be a bit more. So right, that's the result. I've been filing away. Now I've made it not sloppy, but it's not tight because I want somewhere for the epoxy to go. You know, I want a bit of room in there for the epoxy. So let's slip it together. And that's nice. I like that. You can't really see from that angle. Let's turn it around. You see there, again, that's nice and tight. By the time there's a bit of epoxy in there, that'll be invisible virtually, that join. It's a little bit away this side, so I might just put a touch of sandpaper on the other side just to bring it down. But I'm pleased with that. That's going to be a nice knife. Look at that. Yeah, like that. I'm glad I went with the big antler. That's rather cool. So I've just got to do the finger guard now. And then the heat treating, the bit I'm not really looking forward to. But it's got to be done. So we'll have a go at this finger guard and put it back together, dry it, and see what happens. Right, I've shaped up the finger guard on my big old grinder. It takes seconds with that tool, and then I've given it a bit of a polish, and we've dry fitted it all together, and I think that looks the dogs. I'm really pleased. My first attempt. I'm absolutely chuffed. I didn't envisage that it would come out as well as it has. Almost tempted not to heat treat it because it's going to be basically ornamental, but I'm going to do it. So that'll be the next video probably. But yeah, I'm really chuffed. Rather like that. I think that is pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, and catch up with you on the next one.